All right, we are live. Welcome everybody to Offside on Bounds. We're going to break down the first round of 64 in the NCAA basketball tournament. Obviously, we still have a game to still go in Notre Dame Rutgers, but we're going to kind of break down the first few games that are happening tomorrow. So we'll be back tomorrow night to preview Friday's games. I'm Adam.
I'm Junior.
Let's go. Okay, Junior, how do we do in the first couple of games? We'll just recap yesterday's games.
So we're 2 for 3. Unfortunately, we didn't hit that Bryant pick. I think everyone in the nation was in love with that pick. Unfortunately, they kind of got pounded today by Wright State. Wright State's a good team. I think everyone just kind of fell in love with that potential underdog story.
Yeah.
Peter Kiss, great, almost probably one of the top players in the nation. So everyone was kind of with Bryant. We didn't get them. So we're 2 or 3 with still in, who do we have left?
Notre Dame. Yeah.
So if Notre Dame pulls that off, then we finish the first round at 75%, which is pretty not bad. So
expect to clip higher than that overall for the tournament. So stick with us. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment below what you think. We are going to screen share the March Madness Live. We're going to go through each of the 16 games, and then we're going to get our pick from our system and Junior. So let's jump right in. Okay, so we got the Wolves at the Rams here. So Michigan, Colorado, it's 11-6 matchup. Junior, why don't you break it down for us? This goes live at 12:15 tomorrow. It's the first game kicking off the March Madness tournament. And I'll scroll down to the stats here for everybody who's watching.
Yeah, I think this actually might be an upset right here, right off the bat, first game of the day. Colorado State is a much better shooting team from the floor than Michigan is.
Yeah.
So from 2, their field goal percentage is 46 compared to Michigan at 44. 3-point percentage, Michigan shoots at around 30%, where Colorado State's at around 35%. And then the one thing that's most important come tournament time is free throws. Free throw percentage, Colorado State shoots it at 77%, and Michigan State's under 70%. So I think this is going to be a close game. I think the possessions are going to favor Michigan. Michigan's going to have a lot more possessions in this game. They're going to play the game, force Colorado State to play to their pace.
Yeah.
But this is going to be super close.
This game's going off at a -1.5 in favor of Michigan, and then the over/under's at 137 on this game.
So again, I look at our system right now. I've got it a 70-69 win for Michigan. So that's an over, barely, and a non-cover. That's the system. I don't know why I'm thinking this, but I'm going to go against the system. I'm going to play Colorado State, but the system says it's Michigan's to play on the money line.
Okay. All right, let's take a look at the second game here. So this is South Dakota State Jackrabbits versus the Providence Friars. This game goes 12:40, and it's going off at a -2.5 in favor of Providence with an over/under at 149.
Yeah, Providence had an okay season. They led their conference for a good part of the year, and then they just kind of fizzled. They're falling at the wrong time, and South Dakota State can put up numbers. I think they're averaging around 86 a game right now, where Providence is under 80. In terms of the percentages, again, this is a game where the lower seed has a better floor percentage than the higher seed. Free throw percentage is pretty close, but when you've got a team like South Dakota State that's shooting almost 44% from 3, absolutely insane. And I think that's off about 20 to 22 attempts a night. So watch out, it could be a barn burner. But again, This is another game where the lower seed in Providence is going to force South Dakota to get into their game plan. Again, possessions are probably going to favor them. System's got this super close at 78-76 for Providence.
Okay.
And again, I don't know why, but something's just telling me to take the upset here. So personally, I'm going to go with South Dakota State.
Okay.
But system says Providence money line.
Okay. All right, let's look at the Memphis Tigers and the Boise State Broncos. This game goes live 1:45 tomorrow, and this is a -3 in favor of Memphis, and the over/under in this game is 133.5.
Yeah, so here's another case of what we talk about the free throws being important. These are two pretty awful free throw shooting teams. So this is going to get done from behind the arc and from the floor. We
Very
have
efficient.
we have Boise State actually. The system has Boise State winning this by 4.
Okay, what's the
But
final
I
on that
like
game?
70-66.
Okay.
Memphis has been playing really well. I don't know why I'm going against the system on every play so far, but personally, I'm riding Memphis.
Okay.
I think Penny's got some tricks up his sleeve come tournament time.
All right, let's see what he's got. Okay, let's continue on here. We got Norfolk State Spartans, Baylor Bears. This is a 16-1 matchup. Baylor, obviously, very, very strong team. They're going off here as minus 20.5 points as a heavy favorites here.
Mhm.
And then you got the over-under at 137.5.
Yeah, this is like sacrificial lamb time. I mean, this is a no-brainer. Take Baylor on the money line. You're going to get juiced big time. I don't know if they're probably a -1,000 right now on the money line. But the system
Minus
has them
5,000.
5,000. The system has them winning this game 83-54. So you're looking at about 29 points. So you want to play a big spread like that, you definitely could because it looks like they're going to win by close to 30 points here.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Next up, going off at 2:45 Thursday, it's Longwood Lancers versus the Tennessee Volunteers. We've got a 14-3 matchup here. -18 in favor of Tennessee. And then the over-under at 133.
So again, these teams they're very close in terms of their shooting percentages. Tennessee's a bit better from behind the arc, or sorry, from the free throw line, but they have this at a close game. It's 74-64 system play. So
very close.
I think you're still pretty safe taking Tennessee to cover. Maybe do an alternative cover less than 18. I don't know if we'll get the 18. Longwood shoots well from the floor. They shoot 36% from 3. So, I mean, you're probably going to look at the defensive efficiencies here to get those numbers down. You said the over-under was 134?
133.
So, again, we've got that at a 138. So you might be comfortable playing the over on that, too.
Okay. All right, let's move along here. 3:10. Got plenty of basketball left in the day, so pace yourself, everybody. Richmond Spiders going off against Iowa Hawkeyes. It's a 12-5 matchup. Iowa is the favorite here at 10.5 points, minus 550 on the money line, and you got the over/under at 150.5.
System's got it right at 150.5. But they also have this only an 8-point victory for Iowa.
Okay.
I think there's when you're looking at Richmond, they average around 73, 74 a game, but they also give up over 70. Where when you look at Iowa, they're close to 90 a game and they're giving up close to 70 a game. So, just in terms of power here, I'd probably put Iowa to that 10.5 through the system play, adding a couple of points here or there.
Yeah.
So again, the play is going to be to take Iowa by that spread.
Okay, cool. Let's move along here. Georgia State Panthers, 16 seed, going off against one of our favorite teams to watch, Gonzaga, the number 1 seed, the Bulldogs. This is a 4:15 start. Gonzaga by 22.5 as the heavy favorite, minus 8,000 on the money line. You got over/under at 149.
Yeah, I think it might be safe to take that spread. Georgia State does not put up a lot of points at about 65 a game. They're also shooting about 38% from the floor. You're coming into a buzzsaw with Gonzaga. Not only are they offensively gifted, but they're going to shut them down too.
Yeah.
I can see this easily Gonzaga well in the 90s and Georgia State struggling to get to 60. So 30 points, 35 points, I'm still comfortable taking Gonzaga to cover that spread.
Locked it in at 22.5 then.
Yeah.
Okay, so going off here at 4:30, we've got Marquette Golden Eagles. We've got the North Carolina Tar Heels. This is a 9-8 matchup. We know how those go historically in favor of the number 9 seed. It's -3.5 North Carolina, 165 on the money, and 152.5 on that over-under.
Yeah, so I think the only way Marquette's going to stay, I think, competitive in this game is if they're shooting well from three. They are hitting about 36% clip, so it's not bad. But Carolina, we've seen what they can do. They get on a roll, and they can be almost unbeatable. I think this might be a miss seed at 8. I think they're much better than an 8 seed here. Especially when there's some teams that are a lot lower than that who might not be deservedly so.
Yeah.
But we've got this game finishing up 84-69 in favor of Carolina.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Moving along here. Still lots of basketball left in the day. Again, pace yourself, everyone. Okay.
Drink lots of water.
Drink lots of water. Save some cash for the later games. We've got New Mexico State, the 12th seed, the Aggies going off against UConn Huskies, a 6:50 start. You got Connecticut favored here at -6, -280 on the money, and over under at 132.
So surprisingly enough, New Mexico State shoots a better percentage from the floor and better percentage from three. But Connecticut's a very defensive-minded team, and they can stop runs real quick. We have this system play 73 UConn, 65 New Mexico State. So an 8-point victory for UConn.
Okay. All right, so moving along here, 7-10 St. Peter's Peacocks at the 15th seed versus the Kentucky Wildcats at the number 2 seed. We got Kentucky here favored -17.5, -4,000 on the money line, and over-unders at 132.
Yeah, and this is the one thing you have to keep in mind. When you're getting into these 4, 5 seeds, 3 seeds, 2 seeds with these ridiculous spreads, you have to remember the team on the other side is still one of the top 64 teams in the nation.
Exactly.
And, I don't know if St. Peter's has lost by 20 points this season, 18 points this season to anybody. The system has St. Peter's very competitive. They shoot similar to Kentucky from the floor. They shoot better from three. The only place I don't like, again, they're shooting under 70% from the line, but it's also probably because they don't get there a lot. They're about 18 attempts a game. So, I mean, if they can knock that down, then they can keep it close. But this is a system play, 82-65 in favor of Kentucky, so just barely not covering that spread.
Yeah, it's right on the.
But you have to keep in mind, sometimes getting juiced on the money line is the better play than taking these larger spreads, because anything can happen during March. That's the one thing about this tournament is you could sit there and say, oh yeah, Gonzaga is their number 1 seed. They're going to blow them up by 40, and then what happens is it's a 15-point game.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind sometimes. Sometimes it's good to play against the hunch you have.
Yeah, exactly. No, totally fair. Okay, let's move on. 7:20, got the Indiana Hoosiers versus the St. Mary Gales. It's a 7:20 start, 12-5 matchup. You got St. Mary's going off at -2.5, -150 on the money line, 126.5 is your over/under.
Yeah, this is going to be a close game. This is going to be a game that's decided by free throws, and Indiana shoots under 70%. And
69.
St. Mary shoots almost 80%. So when you're looking at that, we've got this finishing up 73-70 in favor of St. Mary's.
Okay. Team that we enjoyed watching last year, Crichton Blue Jays, the 9th seed going off against the San Diego State Aztecs. This is a 7:27 start. You got San Diego favored here at -2, 130 on the money line, and then the over/under of this game, one of the lower scoring ones, 120.
Yeah, so we actually have this finishing 69-61 in favor of the Creighton Blue Jays.
So smash that up. Smash that over then.
Yep. We're looking at floor percentage. San Diego State shooting around 40, Creighton shooting 44%. They shoot around the same from three, and then again, two very poor free throw shooting teams.
Okay. All right, winding out the evening. By this point, it's time for an extra coffee. We got Vermont, 13th seed, going up against Arkansas, the number 4 seed. It's a 9:20 start. We got Arkansas favored here at -5, and then 205 on the money line, 139 for the over/under for this game.
Yeah, Vermont's been in this position before, and they've actually won and upset Arizona about 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's going to happen in this game, but the one thing I will say is that from the floor, percentage-wise, Vermont has a more efficient offense than Arkansas does. So
big time on the 3-pointers too.
Yeah, and the one thing you have to keep in mind here is Arkansas is a team that tries to dictate pace. They like to slow games down and speed them up when they want to.
Yep.
When you're a team who resists that and you play at your own pace, however slow or however fast you want to, you can definitely break them down system-wise. You can break everything down that they're trying to do by forcing your own pace.
Yep.
So Vermont wants to come out and they want to play a high-speed, high-tempo game, put up a ton of shots. They shoot well from the floor, so they can pile up those points. There could definitely be an opportunity here where Vermont could beat Arkansas.
Yep.
The system has a 3-point game, 70-67. So that's pretty close. And when they get that close, you're better off going with that underdog to cover, and sometimes even just sprinkling them on the money line. And this is a game that I personally, I probably would do that.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so that was Arkansas, correct?
Yeah.
By 3? Okay,
By 3.
Perfect. All right. Okay, San Francisco, the 10th seed, the Dons versus Murray State, 7th seed, the Racers. This goes off 9:40. You got Murray State 1.5, 128 on the money line, and 137 is the over/under for this game.
Yeah, so Murray State, if you caught them in Champ Week, they've got a pretty high tempo. They're a high motor team. They shoot well from the floor, but where they don't is from the free throw line.
69%.
I don't like that. It's tough for me to back teams, especially with such a low spread, when this is coming down to the last minute and a half and it's free throw time. And both of these teams don't shoot that well. I mean, San Francisco is 69 and Murray State is 66.9%.
Okay.
So I mean, when you're looking at that, I mean, it's quite tough. But the system does have Murray State winning 73-66 and covering that spread. So they'll probably do most of the damage from the floor.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, they go off at just under 48% from the floor. So that's awesome. Let's take a look here. Okay, so this goes off 9:50. Akron Zips, UCLA Bruins. This is a 13-4 matchup. Got UCLA going off at -13.5, -1400 on the money line, and 128 is your over/under for this game.
This is a game where Akron again shoots much better percentages from the floor than UCLA does, but we all know what type of team UCLA is. They're going to draw you in, they're going to slow you down, and they're going to do the damage that way. System's got this 72-64, so not as big of a comfortable win like the books have it at, but still a win nonetheless.
Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, yeah, we like UCLA for sure. Okay, so this is the last game of the evening. Texas Southern, the Tigers in the 16th position versus the Kansas Jayhawks. This is a 9:57 start. It's the number 1 seed, and these guys are going off at Kansas -21.5. Money line I don't see as set on this unless you have anything else for whatever reason. It's not showing up here. at the current moment, and then the over-under at 144.5.
144.5. So the one thing here is you have to keep in mind is that Texas Southern's played a game already, so they were first four in, and sometimes you might underestimate these teams. Their motor's already set; they're ready to come out and play.
Coming off the win,
exactly. Kansas, they're coming in fresh. Maybe they had time to game plan against Texas Southern. If Southern's any good, their coach is any good, he's going to completely change up the game plan and put a different one out on the floor.
Yeah.
But this Texas Southern's a team that shoots under 30% from three and 68% from the free throw line. Kansas shoots well from the floor at almost 50%, 35 from three, and then again a paltry 68% from the free throw line. We have this at an 84-65, so again, not covering that spread. So the system takes into account that Texas Southern has already played a game. So it's pretty close. I mean, again, there's no point betting them on the money line because it's probably a minus 100,000.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, awesome. So that wraps up day one. We will be back tomorrow night to capture the games that will be happening on Friday. So check us out for that. We will be back. So look out. We'll probably be back in prime time around 9 o'clock. So look out for us. But that's going to cover day one. We might jump on for a reaction. You never know. So please hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications on so you know when we are going live. We always go live. So yeah. Check us out, like us, comment below, let us know what you think. Are we on? Are we off? We're hoping to go at like 75 plus clip this tournament, Junior.
We want to hit the 80s.
Okay. So that's perfect. So yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody. We really appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button and join us tomorrow and throughout the rest of the tournament. Yeah. For everybody here at Offside and Out of Bounds, I'm Adam.
I'm Junior. See you
real soon.